Hey guys, and welcome to episode 3 of the Gamer and Complainer podcast. I'm your host Alex, and joining me is my lovely co-host Sammy.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. How are you doing?
How am I doing? Well, as you know, today was like a little bit nuts at the grocery store.
Yeah, you were kind of stressed out when you were at the store, right?
Yeah, it was insane. My morning, my routine usually Friday nights or Saturdays, I'll write my grocery list.
Okay, yeah.
To
so
figure
planning
out,
ahead, that's great.
Yeah, to figure out, okay, what do I need and what am I making for the week? Mm-hmm. But for some reason, I was just like struggling on what to make this week. Like I'm trying to come up with new ideas so we're not always eating the same thing. So, I'm on my Pinterest and trying to get new recipe ideas.
Yeah, that's good. But you don't need to like come up with something new all the time, right?
No.
You make some really good meals.
Yeah.
That is like we could.
But it's nice to like try something new. And also when I make my grocery list and when I'm figuring out my meal plan, I always go with what's on sale. So if there's chicken on sale, I'm going to use chicken. If there, stuff like that. But literally this week, I checked like Walmart, Super C, and IGA, the grocery stores that we live by, and
there weren't any good sales.
There's no good sales. So then I struggled even more.
Yeah.
Like I even thought about going up to Lennoxville just to Provigo because there was chicken breast on sale.
Well, that wouldn't make much sense because
I know.
You're spending more in gas than to actually...
I know, but we could have checked up on the apartment too.
Yeah, that's true.
For those of you, we were in like 2 different places right now. So, so there was nothing on sale and groceries are so darn expensive.
Yeah. Do you find like prices have gone up in the last little while?
Yes. For sure.
Yeah.
On everything in this world, all the prices have gone up. I won't even get started on that. But yeah, so I ended up buying full price chicken breast, which I've never done in my life. But I just really wanted to try a new recipe and I needed chicken for it.
That hurts the wallet. Like meat, any meat really is very expensive.
And
even when it's on sale, sometimes it's expensive, so.
Yeah, and like even paying like $5 something a pound for a red pepper is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I went with, that's why sometimes we end up going to 2 stores because I don't want to pay $5 something for a red pepper per pound. Like Super C today had them for $2 something a pound. So I went and got some green peppers there, but it is expensive. And so I was struggling with what to make for this week. Yeah. So I finally came up with a plan. And first store we went to, we stopped at the SAQ because I needed some wine for today.
Yes.
I haven't had any sip of alcohol since New Year's Eve. So I figured it was time to have some.
It's a wine kind of day too, right? It's like
a snowy, rainy day.
You need some self-care in there too.
That's it. So we went to SAQ. I didn't have to stand in line today, which was nice. Outside, that is. But
the last time you went, there was a huge lineup.
Yeah, but that was New Year's Eve, so that was a little crazy. But all the line was everyone kind of finished at the same time. Everyone in the store finished, so we were all in line inside the store.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyways, get to Super C, and holy moly, I've never waited in a line like that in my life. For those who go to Super C Council, I had to line up. So the line goes, at the cash, it's lined up to the beer. Yes, I've stood there before. Then it rounds over to the corner, the pizzas, all the frozen stuff. Keeps going, turns the next corner with the eggs and the milk. I ended up lining all the way to where the yogurt was.
Wow. Yeah,
and I just had this like thought of, oh my God, I just want to put my groceries back and just like leave. I did not want to stand in this line. It was just so chaotic.
Why do you think that is? Like, obviously, like, the pandemic and curfew, it's making people...
Yeah, right? So, like, Super C, it usually closes at 10 at night.
Yeah.
And now the window of open, like, of
The
time
opening window,
it's shorter.
It's shorter, yeah. So it's basically what it's doing. It's gathering more people at other times.
Yeah. Oh, it was nuts. And they had every single cache open. So you were just, like, glued. You were just on top of one another. Like, everyone had their basket, their buggies, and... just trying to, like, rearrange the buggy so you weren't in anybody's way. It was just a nightmare. And, of course, you always have the rude people. Anyways, won't get into that. So that was nuts. And then I'm like, crap, I still have to go to IGA. Like,
but you were telling me IGA is a little bit more...
There's more organized because they have someone delegating. Like, you stand in line, they have someone actually delegating. Go to Cache 6. Yeah. Go to 4. At Super C, there was no one doing it. So everyone was just, like, standing like deer in the headlights, didn't know where to go.
Yeah, like, they move forward a little bit, move back, move forward. Like, is it my turn yet? Like.
So, I went to IGA 2 to get other things that I needed.
Yeah.
That was a little less chaotic, thankfully. But, oh my gosh, what it just... Ugh.
Yeah, it sounds like a terrible experience. And all this happened while I was sitting very comfortably in the car.
Because we're trying to, like, follow the rules, like one person per household. Yeah. But I love it when Alex comes into the store with me because he always pushes my cart.
Plus, I get all the good, like, little snacks and stuff for him.
Yeah, it's more expensive when you go in. But I followed the list. If I sent Alex to the grocery store by himself, he gets what's on the list and then a bunch of stuff that I did not put on the list.
But hey, sometimes I know what we need as well.
Okay. But yeah, that's that kind of sucks that I have to go in by myself and deal with all that by myself. It's sometimes extremely overwhelming. Like at the end of the grocery shop, I was in the beer section because Alex wanted like beer, and there was just like such an overwhelming amount of beer options. And I just started getting super flustered. Yeah. And I'm like, anyways.
I was on the phone with her at this point because she was like talking to me like, what beer do you want? What beer do you want? I'm like, I'm not a picky person. I'm not a picky person. Like those cans
of like those taller cans, like individual cans, there is so many. Like.
Yeah, like, but they're all like really good. Most of them are really good. The ones that are sold like individually in the king cans. Yeah. You got me a Saint Ambroise Red, and I really enjoy that beer. So you did a good job.
Good. Yeah. So for any of you who maybe have some recipe suggestions for me that aren't super expensive. Oh, and also any vegetarian options too are...
Yeah, we don't always eat meat.
No, I don't like to eat meat every day. Yeah. No. Maybe like twice, maybe 3 times a week.
Yeah.
But also with those Pinterest recipes, like I've found some that I really want to try, but then you can't find certain ingredients in the store because it's an American recipe and,
Yeah, they have different products in their stores than
so like there's like sure. There's one like recipe that I want to try that needs enchilada sauce and
enchilada sauce.
Yeah,
what is that?
It's like Mexican, and I can't find that. I'm very convinced that they do
like
have it.
It's not just salsa.
No, I'm convinced that they have it at Provigo. Like the Provigo brand. What is the Provigo brand? President's Choice. Yeah. I feel like I've seen it there. So the next time we go to Lennoxville, I'm going to stop and get it there.
Yeah.
Plus all my spices are in Lennoxville too. So
we gotta make a trip sometime soon.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the thing with these Pinterest recipes. Sometimes, you'll need like one teaspoon of some spice, which makes the dish, but it's so expensive. Like sometimes you'll need just this like one extra ingredient that you don't have in your house because you don't
it's
really...
It's not a common ingredient.
Yeah. And then it's like, $6 or $7 for a bottle of something.
That you're going to use once for one recipe.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, that's my little
your little complaining your complaints.
I hate grocery shopping. And what's funny is I used to love grocery shopping before this whole pandemic. Like, I loved being organized with my little list and going in with you. Yeah. And now
it was actually fun before.
I dread it.
Yeah, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah. I was talking to your sister this morning too, actually, about the whole grocery shopping experience. And she feels
the same way.
Yeah, and then also we were commenting how like how much more like rude and impatient people are these days. Yeah. So like, you know, we make it a point. Like I make it always a point to say like, "Oh, thank you. Have a good day." Like, and I smile even though you can't see my smile, but you can probably like see the smiles, right? The eyes. But I try to just be super friendly because I know someone else probably like
is miserable, and people need the friendliness, you know.
Yeah. So I just always make it a point.
It's contagious.
Even if I'm in a bad mood, like I just always make it a point that I'm appreciative of them working, and
yeah. Well, that was a nice little spiel that you went on for complaining. You are definitely the complainer this episode. Like, there's no doubt about that. But I'm the gamer, so we're going to talk about games now.
Yes.
So
you yesterday, for people who missed it, you wrote another article for
NintendoNinjas.com.
Yeah. And your article is about, well, you'll explain it. It's about like games for...
Yeah, it's basically it's a list of 5 games that are really good for people that may have anxiety. And anxiety is pretty tricky for gamers because most games, and I think you can attest to this as well, that most games, they will make you feel anxious because there's a lot of combat. There's a lot of
100%.
Getting chased down. There's a lot of like timers, like you have to do something within a certain time. And all that stuff can build up your anxiety really easily.
Oh, yes. That's why I don't play, like I cannot play a shooting game, you know, especially like those ones, what is that, like, you know, the games like Fortnite where like there's a bunch of people online or whatever,
the battle royales
playing.
Yeah.
And like, I don't like those games where like you're being like, you know, chased kind of like you're sought after. I can't.
Yeah, because things are trying to kill you. And that's just one of the many reasons why some people, although they like games, they don't play them because it gives them that feeling of panic or fear. Wow, that was pretty loud.
The snow is falling off the roof if you heard a loud bang. But yeah, even like as I was like when I was a kid, I did not like games like hide and go seek tag or something.
You didn't?
I hate being chased.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, that always. I hate that feeling of being chased. My dreams. Those are the worst kind of dreams where you're like being chased in your dream.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
and some
the
people,
worst.
it's funny because some people thrive on that feeling as well. It's like they go see those scary movies in the theaters.
Oh no, I'm a big
stuff.
baby Dada over here.
So I'm just gonna go and outline some of the games that were on this list. If you guys want to hear more about each title, you can. I'll put up a link in the description below to the website where the article is located, and it's NintendoNinjas.com. But the first game on the list was actually Animal Crossing,
which we've talked about.
We have talked
before,
about that. Yeah,
that I enjoyed playing.
Yeah, it's a very relaxing game.
Yeah,
no timers, no combat, no chase sequences. It's just really chill, go at your own pace, kind of fun, you know.
Yeah.
Then we have a game called A Short Hike. Have you heard of this game before?
No.
Okay.
You've I read your article.
Okay, yeah.
So I know a little bit, but you can go ahead and explain it.
Okay, yeah. So you're basically trying to get to the top of the mountain. I'm not going to go into too much detail because you can read all the details in the article. But you try to get to the top of a mountain in this game, and you have like little feathers that will allow you to jump higher, and you have to gather these feathers so that you can jump to and climb to the higher locations. It's about an hour and a half, 2-hour game. So it's a very short game. You can beat it in one little sitting for sure.
How much do they charge for a game like that?
I don't know. I got it on sale. It must have been like $10.
For 2 hours of fun?
Yeah, but trust me, it's worth it.
Okay.
It's worth it because this game is the most serene game I've ever played. It has this cutesy humor. You're talking to a bunch of animals. You're running around. You're flying. And let me tell you about the flying, okay? The flying is so nice. It's like you glide. You can't like fly up in the air if you don't have any feathers. But what it is basically like gliding. So you're constantly falling like very slightly, very slowly. And it's just the most peaceful thing I've ever experienced. It's incredible. And it was made by one guy. So that blows my mind. So that was a good one. The next game on my list is actually an exercise game. It's a fitness game. Ring Fit Adventure. Do you know about this game, don't you?
Yes, I've played it, I think
once. Yeah, you played once, yeah.
But I feel like you haven't played it enough to, like, how would you say that?
See results?
No.
Physical
like,
results?
you know when you, like, purchase something, like, you haven't played it enough to, like, get your money's worth.
Yes, okay.
Like, you need to play it
sure.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But, yeah, because I fell off of that game pretty early after I bought it.
Bought like some boxing game too.
Yeah.
That replaced it, but then
I fell off of that too.
You fell off that too, because now you've just been focusing on your vlogging.
Yeah,
and stuff.
it's like I need to manage my time a little bit better. I think. Yeah, it's just starting schedules and all that stuff. So and school starts soon too.
It does next week. No, oh, not Monday starting, but next.
On the 25th. Yeah, the week after.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that, but I'm also a little disappointed that my big long break is coming to an end.
Yeah.
I had a good time while it lasted.
It was quite long.
Yeah.
Nice, 2 months. Easily.
Oh yeah, easily.
More than 2 months.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
Lucky you.
Yeah. And because of the pandemic, I was out of a job too, so I didn't have to go into my job on weekends either. So I had all this free time, and that's going to change once school starts back up again. That's definitely my priority right now. So if I do end up falling off a bit on like the content I create, it's because I'm just too busy with other things.
Yeah. Well, schoolwork, no offense, is a little bit more important.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a hobby. It's not like a career. So, yes, I wanted to talk about another game on the list. Okay, Yonder. It's called Yonder: The Cloud Catcher Chronicles. Sorry. So, in this game, it's like Breath of the Wild. Okay, do you know what? Okay, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. It's like the biggest game on Nintendo Switch right now.
Okay,
it's huge.
Zelda.
Yeah, it
sounds familiar.
Yeah, it came out when the Nintendo Switch launched, and it's like this big open world that you go and you have to fight Ganondorf at the end, and like you go to different little shrines and stuff. Anyway, the game I'm talking about is very similar to that, but without any of the combat, without any timers, none of that stuff. So it's basically just an open world you can explore, gather, collect, craft, farm. There's a bunch of stuff you can do in the game. So I thought that game really inspired me to write that article, because I was like, wow, this is just the most serene game I've ever played. Like, wow. Like, I don't know. It's really good. Huh. And the last game was Air, Memories of Old. And that one you can turn into, you're like a shapeshifter. So you turn into this bird when you're out of the caves, like in the overworld. You turn into this bird and you fly from island to island. It's very, very cool. So all those games I like highly recommend, especially for someone that may find it difficult to play video games because of their anxiety.
Yeah. But like at the same time, video games is a nice little escape.
Exactly.
From the stresses of the
real
world.
And that's when it becomes problematic. What this form of escapism stresses you out more than what you're trying to escape from, right? Mm-hmm. That's where it gets problematic. Yeah. So I hope that this article can actually help some people. Obviously, it won't apply to everybody, but
Yeah, because I found for sure, like Animal Crossing was like a nice little escape, like, you know. It killed like an hour in my morning doing like my little morning routine, gathering whatever, And
it probably saved us from a couple breakdowns too during the pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, games are an important form of escapism, and I like them a lot. So I write about them.
Yeah. I'm not so much of a fan, but I will play once in a while.
Yeah.
Just so we can bond.
Yeah, it's just a way to sort of do something together.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't done our like little board game nights throughout okay, so me and Sammy decided that once a week we were going to do an activity together, and like it would be our like board game night.
Yeah. But now we are doing an activity together, but we've changed it to this podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we'll just have to do 2 activities a week to
yeah.
bring back the board games, because you bought me a bunch of like games for Christmas we can play together. So we haven't even. Oh, we've played Yahtzee. Yeah,
we've played Yahtzee. I bought those scorecards. We already had the dice. I bought you Uno. I bought
and
Uno Flip, and then like Monopoly
with cards. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure out how to play that, but.
Yeah, but we also have that game, 51 Worldwide Classics.
Yeah.
So
we haven't played that in a while.
Yeah. So we've definitely got to get back into that and just spend some quality time together, because that's really important, guys. Like, if you have a significant other, you need to spend that quality time with them.
Oh.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, I think that about, wraps that up.
Yeah, you don't have anything else to talk about, or?
Well, I've gone on my little rant
complaints.
For
you've
today.
Complained for too long.
And we're just gonna enjoy the rest of Saturday.
Yeah, and I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the weekend as well. So, if you enjoyed this podcast, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. But with that, thank you guys for watching. Take care.
Bye.